So the first problem that I would like to mention to you this afternoon is the problem of racial injustice. Certainly this problem is one of the great problems facing our nation and the world. Racial injustice is still the Negro's burden and America's shame. And while we have made strides in solving this problem, while we've seen progress here and there, we must honestly face the fact that we still have a long, long way to go before the problem is solved. No section of our country can boast of clean hands in the area of brotherhood. So it means that every individual of goodwill must work passionately and unrelentingly to get rid of racial injustice. We must start in our individual lives, and we must work through various movements, and we must develop powerful and creative action programs to rid our nation of the last vestiges of segregation and discrimination. For in a real sense, if democracy is to live, segregation must die. And as you work in your various careers and as you face the various issues of life, this will be one of the problems that you will confront day in and day out. And in a real sense, one's moral maturity is determined by how he responds to this problem and what he does to get rid of this problem. And as I said, we must see it not as a sectional problem, but as a problem which pervades our whole nation. And it is one thing for the white person of goodwill in the North. It is certainly important for the white person of goodwill in the North to rise up with righteous indignation when a bus is burned with Freedom Riders in Anniston, Alabama, or when a church is bombed in Birmingham, Alabama, killing 4 beautiful, unoffending, innocent Negro girls, or when a Mrs. Lutz or Reverend James Reeb or Jimmy Lee Jackson find themselves brutally murdered in Alabama. But it is just as important for the white person of goodwill in the North to rise up with righteous indignation when a Negro cannot live in your neighborhood, or when a Negro cannot get a job in your particular firm, or when a Negro cannot join your particular professional or academic society, your fraternity or sorority. If this problem is to be solved, there must be a sort of divine discontent and a determination to work with all of the strength that we can muster until we can remove racial injustice from the body politic, realizing that it is a cancer in that body politic which must be removed before our moral and democratic health can be realized. Segregation is morally wrong and sinful, and we must get rid of it, not merely because it is politically unsound, not merely because it is sociologically untenable, but because it is morally wrong. It is evil, to use the words of the great Jewish philosopher Martin Buber, because it substitutes an I-it relationship for the I-thou relationship. To use the thinking of St. Thomas Aquinas, segregation is wrong because it is based on human laws that are out of harmony with the moral, eternal, and natural laws of the universe. Somewhere the Protestant theologian Paul Tillich has said that sin is separation. And what is segregation but an existential expression of man's tragic estrangement, his awful separation, his terrible sinfulness. And so we have a mandate, a moral mandate, to work to get rid of racial injustice in all of its dimensions. We must work in every section of this country, realizing that if we can and will do this, we will in a real sense redeem our moral and spiritual lag, which is a great problem confronting our society today. The second problem is that of poverty.